If you love rich, old-school, epic synth sounds, but you struggle to create the sounds that you want for your tracks, then I hope this synth production walkthrough from my most recent remix gives you lots of inspiration and ideas. Firstly, I wanted to create a dark and atmospheric mood in this track, so I chose these two soft pad-like sounds. One doing some simple triad chords, and the other doing a little arpeggio thing with tons of reverb. Adjusting the low-pass filter cutoff to create energy and a sense of emotion. This contrasts really well to the snappy, dry and tight drums I'm using in this track. From the guitar stem I found this little 2-note trill which is doing the 5th and 6th of the chord. This adds some mystery to the track and some tension, and adding an 8th note tape delay adds some rhythm to the track as well. I love these bell-like sounds from the original keyboard stem. They combine really well with the warm synths, and with loads of reverb they sound really immersive. I've also added a little slice of the arpeggio part from the choruses. It sits really nicely in between the vocal phrases and adds some more syncopation to the second half of the verse. For the bass I used a straight up Juno 60 bass sound with a little bit of its inbuilt chorus and then some tape effects from the Origin by Cymatics. This otherworldly reverb sounds great on these sliced piano chords. For this 16th note arpeggio part, I blended a SH-101 with a more organic wavetable synth sound. And then layering on these synth pads and synth strings really gives it that old school flavour. I love how well these synths layer on top of the original keyboard stem. And I added this cinematic 3-note synth melody on top. There's also a single high note drone from my OP1 which adds some tension to this section. All of these sounds combine together to make something that's really rich, deep and has lots of movement. You set your crown on fire. I wanted the second verse to be much more minimal, so I just kept these octave down pianos as the main harmonic element. I repitched these down by 12 steps. And this melodic synth part from the first verse is back for the second, with the last chord reversed to make it a bit more spooky and odd. I wanted the second chorus to go big, so I added these classic big room house music style chords. This slice of the original guitar stem adds a dreamy, jubilant quality. The syncopation of these two synth parts plus the bass line just make this track sound really, really funky. I used the original keyboard solo, but added loads of tremolo and panning. Using different effect settings on both layers gives it some more weight. An edgier, less rhythmic bass line from the Juno on this section worked really well. I wanted this middle section to be twice as long, so I played the synth solo again using an SH-101 and put loads of reverb on it, and it sounds really cool. Having the arpeggiated synth in this section is like a callback to the choruses and creates a sense of anticipation. To make the end section more ravey, I added the squelchy acid house synth line. And I automated this space echo delay to add a bit of craziness at the end.